Coming to you straight from the Rio Grande and beyond. Broadcasting to the four corners of the globe. So grab your seat, your coffee, or your sundowner.
Okay, everybody, here we go.
On point, as always. This is Gloves Off. Gloves Off.
Four. Back at you and Gloves Off, and today I have a great guest and a dear friend and longtime friend, student for the longest time, Mqrio Roldan Garcia. And he's got some interesting news because he's coming in here right now, and let's hear about it. How we doing?
Pretty good. It's great to be back here. Like you mentioned, it's been many years since I've been here in the school, and I want to take this opportunity to give you to say thank you for allowing me to be in here and train here. And you picked up you allowed a young kid who was lost and installed discipline and mental strength. You know, and I'll never forget that. I always owe you a great deal of gratitude because it really has helped me along the way to become the man that I am today. So I owe you a great deal of gratitude for that. Thank you.
Well, thank you for the kind words. It's very humbling. And that's what we've been here for, you know. I still remember you walking up on the ring over there, and you boxed with us in Corpus, and I remember you knocking out the guy with an uppercut. In fact, there's a picture that I just showed you. But, and also that's what this is all about. The school and what I was instilled, that you're trying to say, what can you leave behind? What you try to do is, fighters you all are going to become. You all became that. But that's not what it's about. It's about being good citizens in society. That's the main goal of what I've been trying to achieve here for the longest time. And we've done it with people like you and others that are out in the community. But you have some good news, and you want to run for mayor, you were telling me, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Why?
Well, why do I want to run for mayor? I think it's because I think all Laredoans are seeing what type of decisions our current mayor has been making. And I think they've been a disaster. And I think it's time that we need to get rid of what I call and what has been known already throughout Laredo as the patron system, the scratch my back and I'll scratch your back in return type of mentality. I think that needs to change, and more importantly than that, Laredo has been run by the same people for many years. You know, it's and a lot of it is it's our fault as voters. You know, because we vote for certain individuals that are sons of so and so or a relative of so and so, and they have absolutely no experience, no expertise in anything. So I think the frustration. I think it's the frustration of what's going on, the type of decisions that have been made, and bottom line is just I want to flip Laredo red. I want to flip Laredo red. I think it's about time. You know, we need some different leadership. And when I say flip Laredo red, I don't my views don't align with the Republican Party. I'm more of a conservative, and so that's why I want to run for it. I'm a little bit frustrated about what's going on. I think a lot of people are frustrated what's going on, and I feel that I am the right candidate that can be able to build a backbone, build a spine in the Republican Conservative Party here in Laredo, and I can carry. I think I have the ability to carry the weight on my shoulder.
You know, I'm glad that you said about the Republican Party. There's been a lot of changes in the Republican Party in the last 3 years since our dear friend Randy had passed on. There's been a lot of changes and a lot of turning over the seats. You know, had Bill Young, you had forget the young man's name, real nice guy, and now you have Luis de la Garza coming on board. So it's a different crew that's inside trying to make things happen. There's a lot of conservative Republicans that are mad at the system. just like you, like many others, and that they're trying to change it. But what went wrong in the last 20, 30 years, you know? There hasn't been any real candidates running up. In the last 2 elections, we've had some. So the Republican Party here, it's, I would say from within Webb County's perspective, they're 2, 3, 4, they're 5-0, you know, five losses, and so we need to start making more change. I think what they really need to do is place a candidate in each race, make sure that they go in there and start moving that, you know, start producing, start changing, start moving the waters, and start, because they're here in Laredo, there's a lot of conservatives, period. There's a confusion with a term Democrat and especially those that speak Spanish that come here and immigrate over here and continue. It's called democracia, and they think democracia is a Democrat.
Correct.
And it's not the same thing.
It's not.
You know, it's a left. And now you have the Democrats are also splitting parties. There's 2 different Democrats. You know, you have those socialist and some communist Democrats inside, and you have your moderate Democrats, and then you have your conservative Republicans, and you have a couple of, you know, kind of far right. So Laredo's seeing the whole spectrum of it now in this year, especially. But tell me, what would you change? What would be the first thing that you change?
Well, first and foremost, the first thing that I would change is I would want first get rid of all the patron system stuff. To scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. That's first and foremost. That's something that I want to get rid of. The corruption that goes on. I mean, we saw under this mayor. Well, I think a lot of people forget. We saw this mayor a couple of years ago with that whole corruption going on with the whole Daniel Ball. Is that what it is? We saw what happened. Yeah, with the whole engineer thing, we saw the corruption going on. We saw the FBI raids going on over there in City Hall. We saw a couple of councilmen plead guilty, and they went to prison for it. We saw a couple of them. I'm not going to mention any names, but they know who they are, that had to be placed under probation. You know, and this particular person was in charge of the what's going with the water. You know, so first and foremost, what I would like to do is put people who are experts, who are educated, and put them in the departments, so that we can have a nice, oiled machine running. You know, that people who know what they're doing, and that's what I want to do. I want to put people in the right places so that they can be able to make the right decisions. We saw what we talked earlier. We saw what happened earlier this year with the animal shelter. They put somebody in charge who has absolutely no knowledge on how to run that. You know, and we saw the outcome that happened there. And then go ahead.
But what I'm trying to get at is, you mentioned some excellent things. The water fiascos have been going on all the time. So there's problems there, and it's always the same people, and they'll play musical chairs with them within the city. The animal shelter fiasco, that's another one. I mean, we had it several years ago. Had that fiasco happen, they put a new one, it continues, so there's problems there. Every department's that way. But the problem is because they're protecting friends. And that needs to stop. They need to basically say, you know what, all you guys here, here's your 2-week servant's pay. Thank you for helping Laredo. Here's your plaque, and onward down the road.
Correct.
And let's start getting people inside. Because unfortunately, they are elected officials. They think they're doing an excellent job. Well, they've already flushed Laredo down the toilet. It's gone. Laredo it's in bad turmoil. It's in a bad state. And they think they're doing a great, fantastic job. And they're like, oh, look at me, let's build another rec center. Okay, you know, every time you turn around, there's a new rec center coming up. And then you go to the rec centers and they're empty. Then you tell them, can we start this program for kids? Oh, we can't, because we got this person over here that's the cousin of the cousin of the cousin that's in there. And then you're like, let people use them. If we're going to build them, let's use them to their potential. not once a year to sleep and look at the stars at night with your favorite councilman. Not that has to stop. How can I put it? Well, there has to be checks and balances, and there's no checks and balances.
There's no checks and balances. There's only there's covering of each other's asses, plain and simple. That's what it is. They've made some very horrible decisions, and last year as well. I know that the current mayor and a certain congressman last year during the peak of the pandemic spent millions of dollars on the restoration of a creek, and all the while we still had the problem with the water. That money should have been allocated to the water, to making sure that all Laredoans have good drinking water, and there are still certain parts of Laredo that have a boil water notice going on. So yeah, the water issue is one of the main things that needs to be taken care of, and along with a lot of other things that need to be taken care of as well.
Well, those are some great things to do. Everybody comes in here, and it's very sad because everybody that comes in here and sits down, they say exactly what you're saying. And all of a sudden, those get elected. The worst one is look, they're giving turkeys for votes. They're giving dances for votes. So they're giving Valentine baskets for votes. Look at what they're doing over here. They're giving the viejitos Valentine cards at the old folks home for votes. And what do we see this past weekend? They were all given backpacks for votes. The same people that come over here and say, if I go in there, I'm not going to be that one. Saludando con sombrero ajeno. And I'm not saying anything. Our kids need backpacks. We need to help them. And it's a community that helps out. You understand what I'm saying? But it's the checks and balances. Let's go back in there. Let's get Laredo back to his feet. And I don't think it's going to be those that are up there that are going to do it.
No,
it's going to be the community of Laredo that's going to say enough's enough, and it's going to stand up. And that enough is enough here already. Another note. It's how are you going to start your grassroots campaign? How are you going to start it?
Well, I have absolutely nobody backing me. I don't have any. I'm not getting the support of the Webb County Republican Party here. I mean, if they would like to help out, great. I don't come from a family that has a lot of money, so everything that I'm going to be doing is probably going to be just coming up from me. I definitely won't be receiving anything from any special interest groups because no one's going to be able to buy me out. I'm not going to be. Then we're just going to be starting from square one all over again.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to be receiving any money from any special interest groups. I think that my message, and I think who I am as a person, it's going to resonate with a lot of people. I'm a hardworking Laredoan. I had to fight and through blood, sweat, and tears to get to the position that I am right now, and that's the type of message that I want to send out to our youth. Don't with a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, and staying away from what I feel is trying to go down is a lot of division, a lot of separation. Don't get caught up in all that. I think I represent a lot of that. I come from a divorced family. Struggled throughout my life. But sticking the course and staying positive, and more importantly, having my faith and believing in God and praying all the time. I've been able to overcome. And my platform is going to be simple. It's God, family, country, Constitution. That is what my platform is going to be about. I'm not going to deter from it, and I think that's a good foundation to start off with, and I think my message will resonate with a lot of people. I'm a Laredo born, and I know a lot of people are frustrated, and I understand their frustration. And I'm an outsider. I think being an outsider and not have any connections, no affiliations with anybody, I think that's gonna help me, and no one's gonna be able to influence me with the money, bribe me with money. It's not gonna happen. So I can reassure anybody who is doubting or is not sure. You're getting an outsider who just wants the best for Laredo, and not only for the present but for the future, for our youth.
No, you're absolutely correct, and our youth is what we have to save, and right now they're trying to destroy that as well. And those are some good intentions. We wish you well. We wish you good luck on the endeavors, and it's a long road, but it's not a road that can't be done.
No, it's not.
It's just how we can start fires with people and see if they're going to be pushing people over. But other than that, we will have some debates for mayoral debates. So for the other candidates that are going to come out, we will have one. Even though some people say, why am I involved? And I go, why it's not none of your business. It should be the Democrats that do the debates. I'm going to tell you something about that. The reason we started having debates was because they went to the Democrat debates, and somebody said, you know what, the lady that was in there was punched by another lady, and nobody did anything about it because they're from that crew. And I said, can you do one in safety? We can do one in safety, sure. And we held some good ones, and everybody participated, the rest of them, and they all did great, and I bless them for that. Every year, every set of candidates comes in. It's good to meet them. Some of you become good friends. Some of them win. Some of them lose. That's just the way it is. It's a race. It can only be one. You're at the end of it. There's no second place. But that doesn't mean that you can't help out the community. And there's many others that stayed behind, and the one won, but they're still out there helping the community.
Yeah, right. Everything that I plan to do for Laredo, it's going to be a promises made, promises kept type of thing. And I want for the Laredoans who are skeptical, who don't really know that much about me. Look, yeah, I'm talking right now, but I want you to see what my actions are going to be. I think my actions are going to be the most important thing. And I know some of the names that are out there, and these are people who are running who have already that held elected positions before, and they've done absolutely nothing. So what do we want to do? Are we going to want to vote for somebody who's already been in office before and did absolutely nothing? Or do you want to vote for somebody who's an outsider, who has different ideas, who has a plan, who has a way that to put Laredo back on the spot, not really spotlight, but to be able to get Laredo out of the funk that let's just be honest, it's been run by the Democrats for several years, and everybody's already witnessing the outcome. We're all seeing what's going on, and I'm bringing in some fresh ideas, some good ideas, in a way to push Laredo forward, put us maybe even beyond Austin, San Antonio, Houston, all those other places. I mean, because we have several international bridges. A lot of people don't know that I know a lot about the USMCA. I know a lot about that. I know how we can generate so much money through our international bridges. But anyway, there's so much things that maybe we can get together again and do another interview with a lot of the ideas that I have. And I feel like I'm the candidate with the right head on the shoulders, with the strength to carry the Republican Party.
Well, you have to ask. There's no the problem with the city council is there's no party.
With the who?
With the city council of Laredo, there's no party. You just run.
Okay.
Okay, so you kind of figure if somebody is, and kind of figure when somebody's not. But there's no no affiliation for any party.
Oh, okay.
So, but you do have to talk to them, and you have to go talk to them, and because they can help. That's the only advice I can tell you. But what else? What do you think about everything that's going on now?
With in regards to what?
What happened this weekend with Afghanistan?
I think it's a disaster. I think that the current administration right now botched it. I think that whatever plan the previous administration had, they should have stuck with it. You know, I did see the former president come out, and he had a list of ways that we could have, a list of ways that the outcome could have come out a lot better. And just this current administration is just doing the total opposite, and we're seeing what's going on with doing the total opposite. We can go back and look at the stay in Mexico policy. You know, he reversed that, and it's a very good thing that I think there was a Texas judge who put the remain in Mexico policy back into place, but I think it's just a little too late for that. You know, we've had every month an increase of illegal immigrants coming into our country. I think the last number is it's been over 1 million or something like that that's come across since this administration, the Biden administration, got into office. But that's going to be one of the things as mayor that I want to do. I want people to understand that I'm going to be a mayor of law and order. I'm going to be a mayor that's going to protect the Laredoans. I'm going to be a mayor that's going to hire more border patrol and that's going to secure our border. That's huge. That's a huge thing. That's going to be one of my top priorities as well, because I think the current mayor botched that too. You know, we saw the caravans coming months ago. You know, we saw them with those Biden shirts let us in. You know, there should have been a plan put in place, but unfortunately, this current mayor and everybody who makes the decisions with him, I think that they were reactive instead of proactive, and I'm gonna be the proactive mayor.
Okay, good. Well, you know, like I said, it's next March, and then or next May. I think they already switched the dates. But again, best of luck, and we wish you the best, and continue going forward. And to you folks out there, let's be safe. Let's stay safe. If you want to wear a mask, wear it. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear it. If you're going to a small business and that person tells you, "Can you please wear a mask?" and they say, "Please wear a mask," and you want to buy something there, do so, because we have to protect our small businesses. That's the way I'm looking at it now.
Absolutely right.
But when somebody comes at you and you're walking in, they start yelling at you, you know the way things are going to go then. But I think we have to stop, take a step back, all of us in general, and basically have a little bit more kindness. Okay, when you tell somebody, "Hey, you know, don't judge, don't be judgmental. You never know what that person is going through." And for you to start an argument over a mask, it's not worth it.
Absolutely right. And in regards to the masks, you know, I think it's a personal choice. You know, I think that people have the right to, either if they want to wear a mask, they have the right to wear the mask. If they don't want to wear the mask, and I think that they have the right to not wear the mask. You know, I think it has to do, like what you said, a matter of personal opinion, and also respect. You know, if you see somebody that doesn't have a mask on, don't go up to their face and start disrespecting them, because that's not who we are, not as Laredoans. You know, we want to respect everybody's.
Absolutely.
We want to respect everybody's personal freedom.
Absolutely. So until next time, much peace, and we'll see you all soon.
Thank you.